is Evernorth a good investment? Evernorth is a couple ticks up the risk curve for an allocation to XRP. So if you just held the bearer asset, not a whole lot of risk. I mean, there's volatility, right? But Evernorth is a DAT, or digital asset treasury company. We've seen others like this, that are like MicroStrategy, Tom Lee's company, and there's been many other, that were formed middle of last year. There was a lot of people doing those. Some of them are trading below NAV. So what does that mean? Net asset value. That means their share price is actually trading lower than a 1-to-1 with the amount of assets that they're holding. That's the problem with the DAT. It can trade below the net asset value. It can also trade above the net asset value. It's kind of like a levered play on whatever the underlying asset is. So if you wanted an exaggerated position on XRP, if you thought it was going to do well, and you thought that the company could manage its treasury well and generate returns and, walk back and forth between buying the stock and buying the asset and raising debt on the open market, then it's probably a good investment. But again, you're going to need a higher risk tolerance if you're participating in a DAT versus holding the XRP itself, because XRP is always going to be a 1-to-1. ETFs are always going to be a 1-to-1. Evernorth is kind of a moving target. It could trade below NAV and it could also trade, above NAV.